Welcome to this explainer. Right now, hiding in plain sight in millions of homes is a machine we completely ignore. I mean, until it fails us, right? But behind closed doors, the humble air conditioner has quietly become the center of a cutthroat, high-tech arms race. Today, we're tearing down the appliance that just rewrote all the rules. We're talking artificial intelligence, absolutely relentless high-end engineering, and just raw, brute force power. The standard for everyday consumer tech? Yeah, it just shifted.
So think about your current setup at home. You walk into a sweltering room, you hit the power button, and you wait. You wait for the compressor to wind to life, you wait for the air to cycle. It's just the accepted reality of modern living. But let me challenge that assumption for a second. Ask yourself right now, how fast can you actually change the climate in a room?
15 seconds. No, really, that is not a typo. In the exact amount of time it takes for you to take off your coat and drop your keys on the counter, Xiaomi's new Mijia Powerful Wind Pro is already blasting cold air. It's a completely staggering claim. So how exactly did they pull this off?
Well, that brings us to Section 1, engineering the power inside, maximum output, minimal footprint.
Just look at the sheer visual contrast of what Xiaomi engineered here. Technically speaking, the Mijia Powerful Wind Pro is a standard 1.5 horsepower wall-mounted unit. It eats up zero floor space in your living room, and yet they've somehow managed to cram the massive performance output of a bulky 2-horsepower floor-standing model right into that compact frame. You are literally getting Goliath's brute strength neatly hidden in David's armor.
The secret here is the absolutely uncompromising hardware. If you look under the plastic, they've dropped in this massive 13cc dual-cylinder compressor and paired it with dual-row pure copper condensers and evaporators. But the real engineering trick? They completely reworked the thermal exchange system, literally doubling the condenser's surface area. This allows for crazy, aggressive, rapid heat exchange. And surprisingly enough, all that surface area actually makes the unit quieter. It's brute force, for sure, but executed with surgical precision.
And all that copper and compression, it translates into some staggering raw numbers. We are looking at a peak cooling capacity of 6,500 watts and an unbelievable peak heating capacity of 8,800 watts. This isn't just an air conditioner anymore. It is a dual-threat climate powerhouse.
Which brings us right back to our initial hook. Because of that heavy-duty 13cc compressor and the doubled heat exchange we just talked about, you get cold air in 15 seconds flat. Need to survive a brutal winter freeze? It starts pushing warm air in just 30 seconds. The era of sitting around waiting for your room to get comfortable, that's officially over.
Let's move to Section 2, rethinking airflow and comfort, engineering a breeze without the blast.
Tucked inside the chassis sits this colossal 118mm cross-flow fan. This single component alone is capable of distributing up to 1,000 cubic meters of air every single hour. To put that into perspective for you, that is essentially pulling an entire storm's worth of atmosphere straight into your living room.
But here's the thing. Raw power is completely useless if it just blasts you in the face, right? Xiaomi uses targeted airflow modes that actually respect the basic physics of temperature. So for cooling, the unit fires cold air straight up to the ceiling, letting it naturally and gently fall over the room. For heating, it forces the warm air straight down to the floor so it rises up around you. It's highly engineered comfort that completely eliminates that harsh, direct blast of air we all hate.
And it maintains this level of comfort regardless of the absolute chaos happening outside. Utilizing a dynamic refrigerant control system, this unit is virtually weatherproofed. Whether your exterior compressor is buried in a bone-chilling -4 Fahrenheit blizzard or it's baking in a blistering 131-degree heat wave, the system doesn't falter. It just keeps running.
Which leads us to Section 3, the brain of the machine, AI and ecosystem integration.
See, this isn't just an isolated box hanging on your wall. It runs on HyperOS. Think of this as the digital nervous system that tethers the air conditioner directly to Xiaomi's massive smart home ecosystem. It essentially transforms a simple piece of cooling hardware into a highly responsive, interconnected node inside your home.
To handle all this, they packed in a dedicated AI chip specifically for local processing. Now picture this. You are stuck in absolute gridlock traffic sitting in your Xiaomi electric vehicle. Right from your car's dashboard, before you are even in your zip code, you tell your home to drop to exactly 70 degrees. By the time you finally turn the key in your front door, your perfect climate is already waiting for you. That is next level. But even beneath all that futuristic connectivity, they haven't forgotten the absolute essentials.
The system automatically self-cleans both the indoor and outdoor units. It runs anti-mildew drying cycles to keep your air pure, and yeah, it features a built-in child lock. It's bleeding-edge tech that still firmly remembers the basics of everyday peace of mind.
Section 4. Efficiency and the bottom line. Translating power into real-world economy.
Now, the immediate assumption is that running 15-second response times and powering AI chips is going to absolutely punish your electric bill. But the crucial metric we have to look at here is APF, the annual performance factor. Rated at a massive 6.30, this secures a top-tier level 1 energy rating. So it operates with this aggressive power but maintains absolute surgical precision on your power grid.
In fact, because the built-in AI algorithms are constantly calculating the absolute most efficient way to maintain your room's temperature, you end up saving a staggering 404 kilowatt-hours of electricity every single year compared to a standard level 3 model. The embedded intelligence literally pays for itself.
Which really brings us to the ultimate disruption here, the cost. Over in China, Xiaomi actually launched this unit with a wildly aggressive introductory price of just $484. Even at its standard retail price, it's sitting at about $719. For premium AI integration and raw 2-horsepower output, that is priced dramatically below the traditional luxury competitors. It is a value proposition that is almost impossible to ignore.
We started this explainer by looking at what seemed like just a white box on a wall. But what we've actually uncovered is a glimpse into a highly optimized, AI-driven future. If 15-second climate shifts and deep smart car integration are becoming the new baseline for something as mundane as an air conditioner, well, look around our home right now. As this technology relentlessly marches forward, what everyday appliance is going to be revolutionized next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and stay curious.